Uh, Let me introduce myself. I'm Manish, having 18-year plus experience in Cisco collaboration and regarding corporate trainings and industry experience as well. So, may I know if anyone having background of collaboration or any you understand what is the collaboration?
Yeah, Manish, I have
Okay,
the background in collaboration. So I worked with Cisco, WebEx, Teams collaboration support.
okay. So what about others? All are different backgrounds like network and other things. Okay, no worries. Let's start. What exactly collaboration is? So collaboration is your combination of voice and video. You can say combination voice plus video. And earlier there was a separate track for voice and video, but now it's combined and name it as a collaboration. So what happens in the collaboration? What exactly collaboration is? And how we can start our career in collaboration. So basically, I'm just telling you one story, like what happens with the normal candidates and how what mistake they usually do. By that one, they cannot grow or not getting growth in their career. So what happens? Like they start their career into the network. They do the CCNA, some CCNP, and they get a initial job like network engineer or whatever. After that, they do not upgrade their self. So if you are not upgrading yourself with skills and knowledge, then you will not get a good growth in the industry. So if I compare, I'll jump to the collaboration topic later on. Just let me compare the salary growth, career growth in comparison to other technology. If you are in a network field, network, you can say data. And a part of this one is you are having the collaboration skills. So if you are having only 2 to 3 year experience in data, then you may get 4 to 5 lakh CTC and depends on your last CTC. But in the same duration, same experience, you can get like 7 to 8 LPA or more than that. But what is required? What are the product which for which you require a good knowledge? So let me change the slide and I'm jumping to the collaboration. What are the products? So if I talk about the Cisco collaboration, so the first primary product is your call manager. I hope you all must have gone through the contains course content, what that contains. So there are two flavor of call manager. One is your CME, or you can say router as a call manager. In short, I'm mentioning CM, call manager. And one is your CUCM, that is appliance based, means we can install the CUCM on the VMware. Earlier, it was not supported by the VMware, but after 8 version, it is supported by the VMware. Right now, in the market, 15.x version is running, but most of the companies are running with the 12.5. So we will discuss on the later. But what exactly call manager? Simple, two functions with other features. What are the main two features or two functions? First is your device administration. And second is your call routing. So if you want to add any phone to the call manager, then it will fall under the device administration. If you want to perform the call routing like internal call or external call, depends, that will fall under the call routing. So this is the main function of call manager. Apart of this one CUCM, the other product is like CUC, stands for the Cisco Unity Connection. I'm not having any slide because I believe, or I believe real training or real demonstration is having more value rather than slides. So CUC responsible for the voicemail solution. Voicemail solution. So once if you are having the good knowledge of call manager, then study we will be done with the CUC. Then we will perform the integration. Like how call manager will communicate to CUC and how it will work. So there are two method integration between call manager and CUC. One is your SCCP and another one is your SIP. So SCCP is your Cisco proprietary protocol, Cisco proprietary, and SIP is your open standard. It can work with other products as well, right? So we will discuss the SIP as well in a detail later on. First of all, we will discuss the products. So CUC, voicemail solution. Third product is your IMP server, instant messaging and presence server. This is responsible for the Jabber, like MS Teams. Cisco is having its own product, own software, Jabber. So there is not much more use of IMP in Jabber. We can configure the Jabber only with the CUCM as well. But we use IMP for Jabber to see the status, like user is available, user is away or on call or whatever. The only use of IMP is this, nothing else. After that, if we talk about next product, then it is your contact center. If we talk about the contact center, anyone can explain me what is the contact center? Anyone having any idea?
Yeah. Yeah, Manish, I do not have experience, but I think the contact center is a centralized service that we can use for multiple users to log in at the same time, and one admin can go and monitor and admin everything. So it's basically agent, like multiple agents providing the services to some organizations, and we can handle that. That is one contact center, I think.
Okay, perfect. But the
And
exact
also we have to manage the multiple CRM integration of CRM, so social medias like WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook. So we can able
no,
to
no,
do.
no, 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 no. Let me explain in a easy, very easy word. You must have called to any toll-free number, right? Then you start to hear a IVR. Press one for English, press two for Hindi, and blah blah. Once you press the button, then that language continues. If you are calling to a bank, then next step would be press 1 for the current account, press 2 for the saving account, press 3 for loan department. If you press for the 3, then again you will hear the next statement, press 1 for the personal loan, press 2 for the business loan. So this is the call center environment. And for that one, we are having two product. One is your UCCX. that is your for small organization, and one is your UCCE, that is for the large organization. I hope now contact center is clear to all of you. Simple definition. So what happens in contact center? We define the scripts, like if any call lends to CUCM, then what treatment should be happen to that call. If that call is for particular department, then in that department, which extension should ring, that we define into the call center, contact center. Now clear? And you are talking about like we can support, we can integrate the CRM, we can help with the agents. So whatever the creation, we will create the agents. So what is the difference between user and agents? If we talk in CUCM language, then it will be called as a end user, correct? But same user, if we utilize the same user into the contact center, then same user will be called as a agent. I hope now clear bit or not, or any doubt.
Yeah, Manish, small organization and large organization, what is the difference? What is
uh,
number of agent would support for that?
like
And what are
in
the hardwares are used for UCCX and difference between UCCE hardware's
you
difference?
hardware, everything is VMware supported, right? The installation configuration same like as a CUCM. If I am using one VMware machine for the CUCM, then same with the same configuration, but the few things will be different. So what we need to do, we have to download the OVA file from the Cisco site. Only then it will work properly. Otherwise, for the lab purpose, you can define like 4 GB or 6 GB RAM for the UCCX. But if you download the OVA file for the production environment, then you are supposed to follow that OVA file. Content, like if I talk about the IVR, in the UCCX, you can say it's a bundle of everything. But in the UCCE, multiple machines would be required. This is for the large, like for the CVP, like call flow. In UCC, you require CVP for scripting. But in the UCCX, just there is a tool, script editor at the UCCX. Just you can download, create your script, and good to go, right? So if I say UCCX can be handled only on one VM, on one VM, UCCX can be handled. If you want to configure the backup as well, then first would be your master, second would be your slave. But in UCCE, for everything, you require a separate machine. That is the main difference. And everything can be configured on the VM machine. No special hardware is required. Am I clear? If you are having agents, like if you are having 100, 200, or 300, then UCCX is enough for you. But if you are having the number of thousands agent, then UCCE would be required. UCCX would not be enough for that solution. Now, these are the on-premises solution. But as of now, multiple products are available that can be configured on the cloud as well. But next solution is your WebEx, that is your totally cloud based. Just you will need a URL and you can manage everything from there. Cloud based totally. Even WebEx Contact Center is also available. So in that case, you don't require UCCX or UCCE. Only WebEx app will be enough. That will be treated as a phone, and REST function you can configure on the WebEx portal. Correct? So if I show you, I'm having my own lab. You can see CUCM pub, CUC. This is my Windows server, UCCX, and IMP. I have already prepared. So this is your CUCM console. This is on-premises solution. So this is my demo version. Now, what we will learn into the CUCM. First, initial deployment. If you want to deploy your CUCM, how you will deploy the CUCM? What are the pre-requirement or our requirement where we can install the CUCM? First, in the CUCM, installation of CUCM publisher plus subscriber plus IMP. Because without CUCM, uh, earlier before 9 version, we can install the IMP on a separate database. But after that one, IMP uses the CUCM database. So without CUCM, we cannot install IMP. Now, failover, or you can say redundancy. As I told you, I'm industry person, I'm not a bookish trainer. So if I'm giving you a scenario, like I'm having pub, one CUCM and sub. This is my secondary CUCM. Now my requirement is I'm having I'm having one more sub. Total phone I'm having 100 and all are registered with this node. Third one, all are registered here. Now, what is my requirement? If this node goes down, sorry, then load balancing should happen, like 50 should be registered here on publisher and 50 should be registered on the subscriber. Can anyone answer me how we can do it? Anyone? So,
Like it will have redundancy on both
huh,
the server.
it's a failover, you can say redundancy. So in that case, what we will do, there are so many options that is called CM group. We will
Okay.
define the priorities in that one. So in CM1, CM group 1, I will mark publisher as a primary and subscriber as a secondary, right? In group 2, I'll do the opposite. Subscriber on top, publisher on second. Then I have to define this setting. There is a one more setting called device pool. On that behalf, we can fulfill this requirement. So this is the one feature. Okay. Anyone aware what is the extension mobility?
It's a UDP profile, right?
Sorry? Sorry, I missed you. Can you please repeat?
UDP profile for
Yes.
voicemail.
Yes. You are correct. UDP profile. But what is the exactly use of extension mobility, if I say?
For voicemail configuration to the end user.
No.
User can log in their profile any device.
Yes, bit correct. You are nearby. but not exactly.
Like
See,
user can create a one user ID and the password, and we can log in onto the multiple devices. Like if we want to, like if I'm logging onto a device one, next day I can log in into a device two using that user ID and the PIN using that. So that feature is called extension mobility.
yes, absolutely correct. But this is not exact answer. I'm asking what is the benefit of extension mobility? Just suppose, listen, I'm just giving you one example. I'm running a small company, right? And it's a 24 by 7 support. And each shift I'm having 100 employee. So everyone wants its own number. So how many phone total how many employees would be there? 300, correct? If in one shift there are 100 employees, I am running three shifts, then how many total employees?
300. Yeah.
300. So
Three hundred.
according to use, I need 300 phones, correct?
Yes. License.
But
300.
what? Yes. So for that, I have a solution: extension mobility. What I'll do, I will have only 100 phones, and the 100 phones will be registered to the CUCM with the dummy extension. Like if employees know there is no employee at the phone, phone normal will be the registered, nothing else. But for all employees, I will create the UDP as someone insert. So I will create one user ID and PIN with number and rights where he can call or whatever rights I want to give. So just I need only 100 phones, and this feature will help me to fulfill my requirement of 300 users. That is the main benefit of extension mobility. Second benefit, there is a no foundation to sit or properly, as you already explained. A person can log in anywhere in the network, but extension mobility should be configured. Correct? Uh, who is aware about SNR? Anyone? Do you understand what is the SNR?
Yes.
What is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Single number
Yes,
reach.
sir.
Hmm?
Yeah, like if I configure one device and if I'm at a remote location, I want my device, like a mobile device or other device, to ring at the same time whenever the main device is ringing. I can
Hmm?
attend the call on the remote devices. So that's why we configure SNR.
Correct. Absolutely. 100%. So what happens like there is a marketing or sales team, they cannot sit on their desk all time. Movement is there. So what we can do, we can configure their mobile number along with their extensions. So they can configure, they can pick the call from the phone as well, right? Okay. Now I'm talking about the SIP, SIP. We can register Cisco phones to the call manager, sorry, with SECP and SIP. So what is the difference? SECP is your Cisco proprietary. So that will work only on Cisco devices, not with others. If you are having like Avaya phone, Nortel, Alcatel, or any other brand, then they will not communicate with the CUCM until we configure them. So there is only one option to configure those phone with the SIP. Also, what else is the use of SIP? Anyone? What other use?
It's for strong position use. Strong,
Sorry, your voice is not clear.
it's
There
strong
actually
position use.
Sir, actually, SIP stands for Session Initiation Protocol. It is used to create, modify, and terminate the call. Multimedia session, audio, video.
Perfect. So we are having the multiple uses of SIP. First one, phone registration. Second, integrations. Third, as a gateway. So I hope you must heard about the ITSP. Internet Telephony Service Provider, ITSP. So what happens, like, this is my organization and this is the provider. So for the outbound call, I have two options. Either I can go with the T1 even, or I can go with the SIP. Right? T1 even can be configured if I want use MGCP is a gateway, then only it will work only T1 even. In case of 3 to 3, yes, we can configure the T1 even, but from the SIP we require IP. It works only on VoIP. So basically, it's a very easy to handle, easy to troubleshoot everything. Now, if I talk about, we will have a deep session in SIP, like initial messages. Anyone can give me an example of SIP messages? Like you must have seen 1XX, 2XX, 3XX,
Yes,
4XX,
yes, 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 yes. 5x and 6x.
5XX, 6XX. I'm not sure who has seen these kind of messages. I'm not aware how much you have worked with the SIP, but I'm just giving you one example, and I'm 100% sure everybody must have seen sometime or anytime. Whenever you do R&D, so net search, net surf, you must be seen 404 page not found. Is there any person who has not seen this error? 404 not found. So everything, if we are troubleshooting with the SIP, then error code, what exactly code you are getting on that behalf, we will work. Just suppose like 1XX, this is only for informative information, like what is going on, informative. 2XX, successful, like completed. If you are initiating a call got established, you will get the OK. That OK, 200 OK is the result, like your session has been created. Now your call is running, correct? Once you disconnect the call, again you will get the OK message. That is belong to disconnect. But in the message, we have to decide. 3XX, it's a, anyone can tell me what is the use of 3XX?
Response.
Huh?
Redirect response.
Yes,
Redirect.
redirect. If I have, just like suppose I have configured call forward, so I will get 3XX response, like call is not landing to the particular party, it's a redirecting to another one. 4xx, it's a client failure. 5xx, this is the server
Server.
failure. And 6xx, global SIP failure globally. It does not belong to with us or provider, global failure. So in last two cases, if you are getting last two errors, then we are supposed to coordinate with the provider. These are the SIP. So like if multiple calls are running, then how can we collect the SIP debugs, SIP traces from the CUCM, from the gateway end, everything can be captured. Correct? Any question till here? Any question till here? Okay. Now, as I told you, like user and agent, if we talking about the CUCM, in CUCM, we will call user, but the same thing at UCCX or contact center, whatever you are using, then same user will be called as a agent, or you can say resource. Now again, if I jump to the CUCM user part, then there are two kinds of user. If you remember, like if I talk about the Windows, then there are two types of user: local user, domain user. In the local user, again, two types: user with the limited access, one is your administrator. So in CUCM, one is your end user and one is your application user. Can anyone tell me what is the difference between end user and application user, and what are the uses? And in which case we will use the end user, and in which case we will use the application, sorry, application user.
I think so, a simple call between two endpoints is called end user.
No,
Endpoints
no,
can be
no,
a smartphone, laptop.
no. Let me show you the interface. If I go here in end user, sorry, user management, I am seeing two things: end user.
So end user, under it will come all the user like extension mobility, SCP or Jabber, whatever the user, Cisco extension.
Mhm.
Application use the third party with integrating with that if you are integrating with the CUCM with any third party NICE or system for recording, so we need to create an application user to integrate with the third
Correct,
party.
absolutely correct. Even we can assign the rights to the users. And okay, one more point. Can anyone tell me how many ways are there to create end user? How many types? How we can create?
I think there are two types of end user we can create. Either we can do it manually over the CUCM, and the second one is either we can sync from the AD to using LDAP.
One tool is there that is called BAT. Like if you want to create a multiple user at a time, then we can use the bulk administration tool. So if I show you, this is the bulk administration tool. Bulk administration, you are seeing the multiple options. So if you want to perform a bulk job, anything, phones, user, profiles, gateways, and blah. So we can use the batch tool, right? Okay. Same if we talk about users in Unity connection. users in CUC. Then there are, you can say, two types of user. With one is with the mailbox, one is without mailbox. What is the difference between with mailbox and without mailbox? So if any user require the voicemail facility, like he wants someone should leave the voicemail for me and I should be able to access that voicemail, then that user will be called as a voicemail with a voicemail. But for the administration purpose, if you are handling, you are doing the administration in Unity connection, then mailbox is not required. That is your without mailbox. Same bat can be performed in the Unity connection as well, right? Also, now anyone having the idea of CME? I'm just again jumping to the call manager. CME. Anyone work with the CME? This is normally your router based call manager. Router based call manager, right? So what is the difference? Not much more. This is totally CLI. Only command will work here. You are having the option for the GUI, but Cisco suggests if you are working with the CME and you are working with the through CLI, then you are supposed to work with CLI only, not with the GUI. If you are working with the GUI, then you are supposed to work with the GUI, not combination of CLI and GUI. Correct? Okay. Anyone perform SIP hands-on you with your own? Okay. Let me show you one demonstration. Quickly, I'm just creating one topology and we'll show you the messages and how to collect the debugs and how to read those debugs, how to find the call flow, what is exactly happening. Okay, so you all must be familiar with the GNS. So I have configured R1 as a CME. Now I will register one phone on both. and we will run the SIP. So now I'm having soft phones as a multi-lab. Multi-lab is a software that provides us the soft phones. I'm just taking only 2 phones. So this is demo version. So it will continue work for 3 minutes. Let me create one DN. I said 1001. Exit ephone 1 MAC address button 1:1 restart. Phone dash DN1 number 2001. Sit phone 1 MAC address button 1:1 restart. Now both phones are on separate call manager CME. They would not be able to call each other. If I call from here 2001 fast busy, I think you would not be hearing the audio. Let me share it again with audio as well. Now let me know if you are able to hear the tone. Fast busy, are you hearing?
Yes.
Okay. Now I am establishing the call. So for that one, I need dial PS and I will do that uh, with SIP. Dial peer, voice 1, VoIP, destination pattern, I said 2001, session target IPv4 colon, next CM is IP, and to initiate SIP, session protocol SIP v2. Now I have initiated the call from one side. Now I must be able to call this number. See? Now, how we can identify the messages? So, debug, CC, SIP, messages. Now, let me call it again. You must be aware the call flow, right? Invite, trying, ringing. You can see debugs behind the phone. Now, ending. So these are the debugs. Now, I want to read this one, but if I'm new to SIP, then in initial days or in starting or beginner, there can be a problem to understand the things. So for this one, I'm having one software, Cisco proprietary, that is called Translator X. So what I'll do from here, I'll select the debugs and go to the translator and paste. First one, you can select it, click on generate diagram. So what is our call flow basically? Invite, trying, ringing, okay, and buy okay. This is your call flow. If you want to dig deeper, you can click on and you can get more details, just full message. If you identify any call particular, then you can see caller ID. This will help you to find a call. Okay, now please tell me your doubts or your question. Is there anyone who pulled this kind of debugs and worked? Anyone? So in basically in VoIP or collaboration, the main thing is 80% or 90% is your hands-on. Once your hands-on is clear, only then you would be able to understand the working, how it's working. Without hands-on, you would not be able to understand properly, right? Also, anyone having idea about the expressway C and E expressway and why we use expressway? Normally, if you are at a company and you are connected with the company's network, then there is a no need to connect with the VPN. But if you are at a home and you want to use the Jabber, so in that case, two ways are there. First, you can connect with the VPN, then log into the Jabber. Otherwise, if you are not connecting with the VPN, then Expressway C and V E provides that facility. You can log into your Jabber from the internet. Then there is a no need of VPN. They will provide the connection. So we are running short of time. If you have any question and any doubt, you can ask me. If I'm missing with something, then let me know.
Yeah, Manish.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please show the syllabus because in some other groups we are not sending the syllabus, so you can show here.
Okay, okay, okay. Sure. So here it is a your syllabus. So starting with the like on premises age. If we talk about the age, then expressway C and E falls under that categories. And the process I was explaining, like without VPN, you can log into Jabber from the internet. That falls under the MRA technology. On premises collaboration, like you can see Windows AD for the LDAP, DNS, how we implement or deploy CUCM, CUC, IMP, replications, Cube, Gateway, and SIP deep dive. So just I showed you one only small definition of SIP, but it's a very lengthy. Main thing, 100% hands-on. As I told you, measure practical. Theory is very less. And as I told you, I am 18-year experience having industry, training and industry both. So these are the like first with Windows and VMware, how will you deploy the AD and other NTP server related queries, how we can create the DNS entries. Then we will jump to the CUCM and the features. What are the services? How we can configure the phones? What is the device pool? How can we configure the CUCM as a DHCP? And so many things. Licensing as well. And how to create the application user? How can we define the roles to the users? So, and also like how to capture the logs and packet from the CUCM, CDR, backup, and if you want to restart or start any specific service, everything. If you see the syllabus, most of the lines are containing the lab, right?
Mm.
This is your CUC part. Like in CUC, we can have only two servers. One is your publisher, one is your subscriber, not much more than. Even we cannot have three. So primary and secondary. So how we can do the integration between CUCM and CUC. Also, if you want to deploy a call center environment in a Unity connection, like you want to define if someone call a number and then IVR should be played, and you can give the options like press 1 for the sales department, press 2 for the marketing department, press 3 for finance department. That can also done at the CUC only, and that is called auto attendant IVR, right? Also called call handler. IMP, I told you, like this is only for Jabber, and this is the gateway portion, SIP, everything, dial PS, hunting, media resources, licensing, you can see, then expressway, full, how we perform the clustering between C and E. So that can also be done. Then your WebEx part. If we want to register any phone at the WebEx, then how we can do that one? If we want to capture the logs at the WebEx, then how we can do that? If we want to configure the SSO, single sign-on, that also fall under that one. So this is your syllabus. And as I told you, it's a very good technology which pays a good amount, but require bit effort. Once you are clear with your concept, then there is no issue to learn. If anyone having any question, doubt, please let me know.
Manish, like how much time it is going to take, and is there any cost for these sessions?
Sir, could you please answer this one?
Yes, this will take around 4 months, and all weekend session 2 2 hours, and it will cost around 30,000.
Okay. Okay.
What is the difference between this WebEx CC and WebEx?
Sorry,
What is the
I mean,
difference between WebEx and WebEx CCE?
WebEx Contact Center. WebEx is one your portal that will help you only for the phone administration. That will not provide you the facility of contact center. But if you are go with the WebEx CC contact center, then you can define your call flow there. This is the main difference.
Is it gonna be this call manager everything on a WebEx now? It is already moved to cloud, correct? No, that is not on-prem, but you are teaching on-prem, correct?
Yes, but function is same. Like you will get a one URL of CUCM. If you are, I have not seen CUCM hosted on a cloud as of now.
Hmm.
Till date, I have not seen. Whatever
Hmm.
CUCM is deployed, that is on-prem. I have worked Cisco support as well with
No,
Cisco.
nowadays everything went on a cloud, right? Even CUCM went on a cloud, correct?
Yeah,
WebEx or WebEx. Yeah.
yeah,
But
that is
even if we
correct.
want to take a logs, that will be taken by Cisco tags and all, right?
Hmm? Just you need to share the details with Cisco. They will capture. Otherwise, they will ask you to provide
Mm-hmm.
the logs.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
If I'm having my one device, one phone, or you can say that is a video device. So if Cisco is asking to share me the logs, then I can download from the WebEx portal or from the phone portal. Otherwise, I have to share the serial number with Cisco. They will download. That's it. But for each and everything, if we go to Cisco, then what is the benefit to the company to keep us as a VoIP engineer?
Mm-hmm.
Getting my
Even
point?
you guys provide training on any Genesis and all, or only
Uh,
Cisco?
Only Cisco, not Genesis as of now. But if you want study material of Genesis, yes, we can provide.
Any other query from other?
I'm done from my side, sir.
Okay. So guys, feel free to ask if you have any query. Manish is here, and the duration will be 4 months. And we are not only providing the training, we are supposed to be providing the placement. Our goal is to provide the selection. If you are not working in this domain, it's well and good. If you are working in domain and need to upgrade, also welcome. We are connected across the world with companies, directors, managers, and hiring HRs. So, we have separate HR team, those who are looking the placement things. So it's a good thing. You can learn and you can earn something better than whatever you are earning as of now. This is the wise domain is a highly, you can say something highly paid job in the market. If your experience is 3 to 4, 5, 6 years, you will get around 18 to 20 LPA. In other domain, you will get around less than 8 or 7. I hope you got my point. It's correct. In this domain also, less engineers are available in the market. Companies are struggling skilled professional. So it's a good time to start in voice domain learning. Hmm. So guys, who is interested? Can you raise your hand? Who is interested to make career in voice domain? Okay, no problem. Okay, so think about this and let me confirm by next 3 to 4 days. We are planning to start by next Saturday or maybe on Sunday. Either session in morning hour 8 to 10 or evening 8 to 10. Based on audience and based on availability of monies. Money is having good understanding about the industry. He's working in long time. So it's a good time to learn. Mostly we are providing the practical things. We are providing the on lab. Also will you will get the lab access. Yes, Manish, correct?
Yes, sir. Dedicated lab per
Yes,
user.
and also our things. If you guys you can create on lab, you can do practice more. Otherwise, we have lab setup. You will get the access because in the cloud they will not charge much amount to create the lab. If you have any query, you can ask. Otherwise, we'll wind up call and we'll see on the next Saturday. Any question, Arvind? Surendu, Swapnil? Yeah, Swapnil? Okay, no problem. Thanks to all. Thanks, Manish. Thanks, Deepak.
Thanks all guys. Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you, sir.